There are three access modifiers, for example, that is public, private, and protected. When we define our class as a public class, so that will be publicly referred by another class, no problem. The next one is private. In the private class, we own that private class members only use the existing code of that private class only. Not other class can use the members as well as the functions from that private class. Protected class. So protected class define the relationship between the, for example, if we take the example of a relationship parent and child. So child can access the properties of parent. That is what? That is the protected. So these are the three access modifiers we use in C++ also. So that defines the inheritance, and that is also the three type of inheritance that will be also given in the next slides. These are public inheritance, private inheritance, and protected inheritance. I will explain in the next slide. So students, when creating a class, instead of writing, so the existing class is called base class and the new class is referred to as a derived class. So it will be defined the relationship, and that relationship is a relationship. So for example, here I have to take the two examples. Mammal is a animal. Dog is an animal. For example, cat is a dog is a mammal. Cat is a animal also. So hence, dog is an animal as well, and so on. Or cat is an animal, and so on. So this is what that will be define the relationship, and that relationship is a relationship. So students, how we define or how we use or how we have to refer the members of existing class, the function of existing class in our derived class. So for that purpose, we refer the syntax here, class, then we have to write derived class, and after that we specify here access modifier or access specifier. I told you these are the three types of access modifiers: private, public, and protected. And after that we write base class. This is the very simple syntax in C++ inheritance. So a class can be derived from more than one classes, which means it can inherit data and functions from multiple base classes. So it is not restrictions. One class can access multiple classes, no problem. Multiple base classes, no problem. So there is no restriction to a single class. Means a single class can inherit data as well as functions from the multiple base classes. So this is also the best advantage of inheritance. So to define derived class, we use a class derivation list to specify the base classes. A class derivation list names one or more base classes and has the form. That is the form I already explained in that slide. So students, this is the very important syntax. So you learn that syntax that will be used in that inheritance is used in multiple object-oriented programming languages. Some programming languages does not support to multiple inheritance, and some are supported to multiple inheritance, no problem. But that C++ supports inheritance as well as multiple inheritance. Students, here I have taken the example of derived class as well as base class. So here we have to take derived class as a rectangle, and the base class is what? Shape. So here the base class, before defining the base class, we define the include file as well as namespace. After that the base class is shape. So in that base class we publicly define one member function, that is set width, and in that we have to pass the parameter int w, and we also define in that specific width function we define data member, that is w, that is width.